Are you ready to jump into the thrilling world of the wild? From jaw-dropping attacks to the most disruptive mayhem, check out the collection in the video When Animals Go on a Rampage today on wowtv.
What?
Yikes! Going on a safari means entering their territory, and you've got to follow the rules of the African bull elephant. A tense encounter is unfolding between a diver and a hungry seal. It's aggressive and determined to fight for the prey with the diver to the very end.
Go back.
The monkeys have taken over the mountainside, blocking all vehicles from passing through. Despite the police's warning, they remain defiant, sticking to their jungle law.
Oh my god! Oh my god, I just got hit by a deer.
Two aggressive pit bulls damaged an SUV while chasing a cat hiding in the engine compartment. The damage caused by the dogs was reported to be $3,000. The Heavenly Ski Resort in northeastern California reported a unique situation. No injuries were reported, but be cautious when visiting this area. Night fishing is usually peaceful. But the sudden appearance of a shark changes everything. In India, wild boars are welcomed everywhere, even at ATMs. But this approach isn't exactly ideal. Clearly, the mother bear was much smaller than the male bear. Thanks to her strong instincts, the mother bear drove the male bear away, keeping her cubs safe. We'd better get out of here. You've heard of Kung Fu Panda, right? But in reality, it's very different.
Mira. ¡No va a aventar! ¡No va a aventar! ¡No!
Tourists should bring some bananas and snacks before visiting. This might make the monkeys a bit friendlier. No photos allowed here. Leave right now before I use these antlers.
Rick, you have to go back. Rick, you get in the car, please. Rick.
Unfazed by the speed, the rodent confidently ran around the car. It's time to wrap up the gathering and head home, guys. Not a single wasted move from the leopard's position. These flying thieves are becoming more brazen, including the seagull here. They need to be condemned, and appropriate punishment should be enforced.
No, 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 no. Go, 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 go.
The pig family has taken over Camogli Beach, causing trouble for tourists. When approached by the police, they kept their grumpy attitude. In Nepal, every day is a survival challenge against the rage of a 2.5-ton rhino.
What? What?
Нет, это не...
A former soldier subdued an alligator strolling through the streets with his bare hands in Florida.
Gator boy.
It's never a good idea to disturb animals while they're eating. Hello, please purchase a ticket.
Nope.
A diligent garbage collector took the trash can away. And didn't bring it back.
What I do? He's got the camera.
Next time, buddy, hold on to your backpack tight to avoid a showdown with the monkeys.
Yeah, he's taking your camera. Hey! He's got Prime! The monkey has Prime!
Will these cats leave the fox alone? Not a chance. Stop! Show us your permit to enter the forest!
Holy...
Sorry, I don't have one.
I just witnessed.
How strong are a tiger's teeth?
Look at him, Indy. Is he gonna eat the car?
Strong enough that just one bite can cause damage like this.
Oh, you just bit it.
You mean?
Be prepared, because baboons are unpredictable creatures.
Should I shut the window? No, Oh God! Oh!
Just jumping up and down.
A rare side of the bison. Sometimes they actually look pretty adorable.
Oh my God, I'm dead right now.
Come on and dance along with us. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. In this situation, the snake's speed is like 3G, but the cat's speed? I'd say it's 5G. What's the cameraman doing? Everyone, just look over here and strike a pose. Fish are always quick to sense any movement in the water. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to give us a like.
Woolly, isn't it?
A mischievous dog knocked over a fire extinguisher, turning the party into complete chaos. And of course, it left the owner with a hefty bill to cover the damages. Ha ha! Who will win? The left or the right seagull?
I'm gonna punch your fucking head in.
Look at my dog.
When a kangaroo messes with your dogs, you have no choice but to square up. I told you to leave me alone!
It was cleanup time. We want to make
They
sure
came to learn about life on the farm.
we're the animals. And this is where in the pens we
But the llama wasn't too welcoming to the visitors.
That was disgusting.
See him looking over here still?
Riley, come over here.
Here he comes.
Don't test my patience. The escapee tried to use a truck, but it didn't work out. Just the sound of the camera made the octopus angry. What a diva! The diver just wanted to snap a quick photo.
Bath time, Stinky!
Just a reminder to make sure you have good insurance coverage before going to Yellowstone. Remora fish are always looking for a host to attach to, showing their typical behavior when seeking shelter. This is how the cat makes sure its paws don't get cold.
Okay, here, baby, can you film this?
I wonder if this is the one that's... Look at his mouth. He's like doing stuff. Whitney, you are not helping the situation.
Okay.
You're right!
He just spit on her.
Don't underestimate the power of a mantis shrimp. Be extra careful when you're about to enjoy this dish. The raccoon boldly snatched things right on the crowded beach, without a care for anyone around. This uninvited guest often stopped by the village for a snack. The locals have tried to catch it, but haven't been successful.
Don't let him know you're scared of him.
Thinking of taking on a boxer like a kangaroo? You might want to brace yourself. And get insurance ready too.
He's choking me out. Welcome back.
That was what I was afraid of.
See that?
He claimed the fox was friendly.
It gets vetted by there's a vet on the thing.
Look, see?
Uh-oh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sorry.
Why'd you do that?
Alright, go ahead and unlock it.
Sure.
Yep, I'm sure as I'm gonna be.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh. That is not.
Thank you very much.
Oh. Now we'll lock because
The lion's target might be... To birds, the sky is home. But to them, a drone is just a daring intruder that needs to be brought down immediately. The dog showed no fear in front of the large opponents.
Good boy.
One by one, the doggo took them down and sent them running. You forgot to pay your parking ticket.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I guess the queen bee is stuck inside this car. This good girl has severe OCD and started biting her hind leg continuously. This strange habit left her with many scars. Luckily, the love and patience of her owner helped her find peace and happiness again. one huge croc, one Toron. Never get too close to a dog you don't know.
Oh my god. He's gonna do it. Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! What? Oh my god, the other one's swimming away! Whoa! They were literally mating!
It seems like the bear has something to say. It's more like a troublemaker blocking the way. Oh my god! This uninvited guest came in and caused a whole mess! If you're used to heartwarming scenes of soldiers returning to the loving embrace of their families, this moment will give you a different ending. These geese don't seem to welcome these soldiers very much. The leopard can choose its target, but every move it makes is being watched by the buffalo family. When the elephant gets angry in Artham Village, the only way to survive is run faster than a bus. Who would have thought today's work trip would turn into such a tense meeting? The pack of dogs decided not everyone gets a warm welcome. Keeping tigers as pets in the UAE is quite common. But remember, playing with fire will get you burned. Thankfully, he was safe. Nightmare for everyone riding a horse. Oh, now even the horse itself. When going on a safari tour, remember these things. First, never touch wild animals. Second, always record any damage to report to the insurance company.
He's gonna fight yellow water.
At this speed, no prey can escape the crafty wildcat's grasp. Hey, you just divided the duck family. The bird seems to have mistaken the girl's hair for its nest.
Ah, Tom!
Let me get my feet together, man.
The tour suddenly turned as dramatic as an action movie. Maybe the guy's charm doesn't compare to the girls walking beside him. Is he angry because he spilled the only cup of milk? This ant is probably auditioning for an action film, while its companion has already lost their role. The doggo was trying to tell people that material things do not matter in life. The seamless collaboration between the elephant and its handler is putting on a fantastic show. It looks like the victory is leaning towards the iguana. Poor baby, he needs a hug. The card game got the bull angry. This scene was captured 7 years ago, back when drones weren't popular. Thanks to survival skills, the cameraman stayed safe.
Man, I gotta start playing together. Fetch!
Remember, never leash two dogs together. A wild boar stormed into the city and went on a rampage against the school guard. The security team needs to get this misbehaving student back to where it belongs. A leopard caused chaos in an Indian village for 7 hours, scaring many residents. Fortunately, they successfully teamed up to capture the aggressive animal. You shouldn't sit so close to the panda enclosure like that. It might snatch your jeans jacket. He woke up just in time. The snake's plan totally flopped.
Last season, as we look at fanning on the rankings,
A surfer fought off a shark with his bare hands in a competition in South Africa and returned to Australia without a scratch on him. I'm way too familiar with those rude animals stealing food at the beach. Haha! Their cunning has reached a whole new level. At a beetle farm, a lost elephant suddenly appeared. Thanks to a quick detection, the farmer managed to escape from the angry creature. An idiotic zoo visitor jumped over a fence to taunt an orangutan. The nightmare began when the furious orangutan became agitated. Consider this a warning if you decide to go to sea on an inflatable boat. All they need to do is speed up and get away from here immediately. Two lions caused chaos when they suddenly leapt out of an enclosed fence. They were captured after 15 minutes with no injuries reported. Don't get too close to bison. They could get mad at any time. An idiotic zoo visitor jumped over a fence to taunt an orangutan. The nightmare began when the furious orangutan became agitated. When a rhino faces off against an elephant, it might forget that having big horns isn't always the strongest weapon. And after a breathless moment, that confidence turns into a bitter lesson. The paradise for kangaroos is Australia. But take a look at what they're doing in this paradise. Even if you're innocent, they'll come after you. They might even show up at your doorstep to say hello.
Stop it. You broke the thing. Oh, God.
Oh, hello there!
Illegal shops are often afraid of inspectors like this. Shh, don't move, or the cheetah's gonna notice, and that's when things will go wrong.
Jimmy, you're okay. You're okay.
Once a well-behaved dog, Pal Gang suddenly became aggressive. Due to frequently being scolded, he exhibited rebellious behavior. Then, he had to join an organized training program to be a good boy again. When you're at level 1 and live in Australia. And here's at level 2. Warning, you're breaking the rules by standing too close.
Hey, hey, hey.
Is he okay?
He got 2 free fish, but had to buy new glasses. The campground management is here. This is just a hot penalty for this illegal cooking family. You feed them, but the only thing they're interested in is you. This crocodile has evolved, and it will chase to warn adventurous people. The whole family was on edge when the alligator chose their home as its territory. Later, experts had to intervene and relocate the aggressive creature back to where it belonged. He didn't know that messing with the ram is a no-go. Now, he's facing the wrath of the ram.
Come closer, Yellow. Just a little.
You have to deal with the seal before taking a photo with it. While animals often recognize each other by scent, goats identify by face. Just cover your face, and you'll instantly become the villain in their eyes. Hello there. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions? They say the beluga fish is very gentle because they don't have teeth. But look at its behavior. Quite nasty. The road in northeastern Thailand is notorious for its troublemakers. These troublemakers enjoy blocking cars and sitting on them. Anyone unlucky enough to pass through this road often ends up spending a lot of money to repair their car.
Yeah, I reckon.
Don't laugh. You don't know how fast hippos can be underwater.
He's coming for us. Holy
Oh my god.
Don't let the turtle's shy appearance fool you. They're way more aggressive than you'd expect. Peace was the most important, and the silverback gorilla would maintain it with his strength. Forget about angels falling from the sky. Here, it's just a gang of raccoons dropping down from the ceiling. A person's greatest enemy is themselves. The chickens were all set for their great escape from the coop, but their plan fell apart because of one voice.
Get in the backyard now.
You pay to visit the zoo, but this is what you get. I'm not sure why this pit bull pack acted so aggressively. But luckily, some brave men stepped up to protect the woman from the bad dogs. It seems like the alligator saw the man as a fatter prey.
What?
Did today's 30 minutes leave you satisfied? Share your thoughts about this video in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exciting upcoming videos about the animal kingdom.
Holy! Oh my god, I just got hit right there.